The exciting thing about this album is that it's happening. A bunch of albums didn't happen. We won't talk about them. But this album is happening, and that's exciting. There's going to be songs. They're going to be recorded. It's going to be like the Thickets, because it is the Thickets.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited that everybody showed up. When
Mario's not here.
No, sorry, anybody who means anything showed up.
Oh! Yeah. I was going to hear this.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so, Mario. I hope you're listening.
No.
Yeah, working.
I'm excited that people are going to look me in the eye and say, oh, you guys are great. I downloaded your album the other day. And then I won't hear the rest of it. Let's be like, another one. Great. Thanks. Thanks for the exposure.
And if you could send a secret message to your errant guitar player, Mario, what would it be?
What, a secret message?
Secret message.
Well, we can't tell you then.
Just
Oh, my secret message to Mario is the black dog runs at midnight.
Ooh.
Wink.
Right, if you guys were going to change your name to the Spice Guys, which Spice would you be?
First of all, it would be the Spice Persons. Come on.
Okay,
Spice Persons.
sorry, I was wrong. But yes, which Spice person would you be?
What's the spice on Dune?
Oh, it's the
The
spice.
melange. Melange.
Be Melange Spice?
Yep, I'd be melange spice. My eyes would be bright blue.
Legally, I don't know if I could be Old Spice, but I'm feeling like Old Spice would sum me up pretty well.
I'd be cumin because it smells like when you roast it, it smells like BO, but it also smells delicious at the same time.
Cilantro, is it a spice? Is it?
Yeah, get close enough.
Is it? No, it's a herb.
Are we
What's a
cumin or coriander?
Oh, I'm kind of peppery. Sure.
Pepper spice.
Pepper spice.
But I left out. I'd be ketchup.
And thanks to everyone who are our fans, and let us know that they truly love us with their weird mails and drawings and money. Oh yeah, I've got a file.
Talk about it.
I've got a file.
Are they
Of,
like
I didn't know about this file. What's in the file?
Do we have weird-
drawings and crayon and glitter.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Really?
I should have brought some.
Handwritten,
Yeah, you should've.
handwritten notes. Yeah.
We got glitter?
You got the makings of a coffee table book, really.
Yeah.
Dude,
Ooh.
yeah.
Nut Jobs Who Like Us. Volume 1.
Mirrors made out of paper mache.
All right, so how many tracks are going to be on the new album?
That's a difficult question
Yeah.
because that requires math. At least 10.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm feeling
Why not?
optimistic. Let's go 10.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
10 sounds good.
Yeah.
And if there's more, then it's a bonus surprise.
All right, and if you were each forced to make your own extra track for the album by yourself, what would you do for that?
Farts.
Farts.
So Torrin's secret track would be Farts.
Farts. Yeah. Musical farts.
What about you?
My secret track. Oh, well, I actually have this piece of music I like the rest of the band doesn't. I would probably just play that. And then sneak it on the album so they didn't know it was there until it was too late.
Something by Morrissey.
No, so I wrote it.
I'd get like 3 or 4 blenders and fill them with different liquids and just make a song out of that. And then I would claim there were satanic messages in it so people would constantly be playing it backwards.
That works actually. Let's do
As long as
that.
it keeps people busy.
Yeah.
Listening.
I would think you'd want to hide it.
Oh.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to listen.
Here, you can have these ones.
Throw this into the carpet here.
Warren, you're doing perfectly perfect for you're playing what I...
Oh, I'm Merrick Helgi Atkinson, the Clan Atkinson. Yeah, I'm in the band The Darkest of the Hillside Thickets, which is why I'm being interviewed, I guess. I play bass guitar and I do backing vocals for my bro, Torrin, the lead vocalist. What excites me about the band? Oh gosh, geez, that's a hard question. I don't know, I'm generally just excitable, I suppose. I like to do exciting things. I like exciting stuff. What excites me about the band and the new album is being in a band and having a new album. It's been quite a long time, and I am excited actually to get out and play some new songs. We played the other ones to death.
All right. Yeah. So what's the name of your bass guitar?
Magenta. Because it's white. Cream colored, actually.
All right. Who would you let punch directly in your face?
Mr. T!
You would let Mr.
This time I could say, Mr. T punched me in the freaking face, and I'm still alive. Well, I might not still be alive, but I could say that if I did live through it.
Awesome.
And if it was... Merrick was killed by Mr. T. That's pretty cool. If the band was trapped on a desert island, what would happen? There would definitely be some arguments, and then I'd kill them all and use their body to make a shelter out of. Yes. To protect me from the sun. That's about it. That's what would happen. My favorite Spice Girl. I don't. Cinnamon.
Right. How many donuts can you eat in one sitting?
Oh, well, I can eat one really big one, or probably 40 donut holes. That's probably the most I could do, yeah. Depends what flavor they are. Coconut, I couldn't eat any, because I don't like it.
All right, and if you were a flavor of donut, what flavor would you be and why?
I'd be freaking chocolate glazed. Because, well, that way the chocolate doesn't stick to your bag. Ooh, if I was a new color of crayon, I guess I can't use magenta again then. A new color of crayon? Teal's not new. Infrared, I use that. Infrared? Infrared. I'm going with infrared.
Don't tip it, it's got a hole.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Who am I? I'm Warren Banks. I'm the guitarist and co-founder of the Darkest of Hillside Thickets. Darkest of the Hillside Thickets is a H.P. Lovecraft-inspired rock/punk band from the Fraser Valley of British Columbia, Canada. And it was formed by Torin and myself after all our friends were forming bands, and we felt like we could be in a band too, and then we suddenly got a gig and had to learn how to be in an actual band. And so we had so much fun doing it, we've kept doing it, and it has been 20 plus years now. So one thing that I think is awesome about this band is the fact that so many people like us, despite the fact that neither Torin nor myself have any musical training, and they invite us to keep playing and making more music. We are recording an album that is tentatively entitled The Dukes of Alhazred, and we have been laying down drum tracks for the last 2 days. We may get to some bass later today. So we've done about 7 or 8 songs, and we'll see how it goes. So far, so good. How many albums do we have out? We have, I guess if you wanted to say individual albums, we have about 6, but we amalgamated a bunch of our earlier albums into one main CD. So technically we have 4 CDs, but we have 6 albums. My favorite is The Shadow of Tim. I think it was the first one that we had our second guitarist on, and it sounds the best, and it's probably us doing our best songwriting, despite the fact that we wrote half of them while we were in the studio. If the band was locked in a room with no way out, what would we do? Well, I'd say that 3/5 of the band would probably start playing some sort of role-playing game. The other 2 would probably get very angry with us and kill the other 3. Oh, my favorite mythological creature or person is probably the Sasquatch, because he's a local, he's a homeboy, he's from the area, and he's on a lot of funny beer commercials. And when I go travel throughout the world, there's one mythological creature that Canada tends to get associated with, and that's the Sasquatch. What excites me about this new album? Well, I think it's our best songs, and I am happy to be with the band writing new stuff. I think after 20 some odd years, we're getting pretty good at writing songs, and we've got some really good songs coming up. So I'm excited to see where it goes. What is the name of my instrument? Oh, this is the SG, or as I like to call it, the Angus Young, because that's the guitar he plays in AC/DC.
I'm Jordan Pratt. I'm the drummer of the Darkest of the Hillside Thickets. I've been a member of the Darkest of the Hillside Thickets for about 21 to 25 years. I think that's what we decided. I decided to get involved with the Thickets because I watched them live a couple times, and it was such a mess that I decided they need someone to help them with songwriting and timekeeping. Basically, they were having too much fun. They needed to rein it in a little bit. Today we're in the studio recording some of the preliminary bed tracks for the new album, which is got some title that Tori's already decided on. That's really got nothing to do with me. I would say my favorite Thickets album so far has got to be The Shadow Out of Tim, because we were able to take the time that was needed to do the best recording and the best songwriting that we could. I mean, I know we take a decade between albums, but it's, you know, we got day jobs. What do you want, people? I think I'm excited. This album, in particular, these sessions, it's probably the catering. There's been Mexican, there's pizza coming pretty quick here, and next weekend I think we're going to dabble in a little sushi. And it's local sushi. There's a gas station down at the base of the hill that sells it. I think it's going to be good. If the band was trapped on a desert island, the question has been asked, who would you kill first? And the answer would be nobody, because the meat spoils right away if you kill people. If all of us were involved in having to take a ring to a volcano, it's very likely that we would try and see if the ring was worth any money first, and then try and sort of, because, you know, as an independent band, we're all about revenue streams and monetizing things. So any opportunities that come our way, you can't just think about tossing it in the volcano no matter how evil it is. You have to figure out if you can make money off of it. I mean, that's just the reality of the way music is. If I couldn't be in this band and I had a budget, I would probably go with supervillain, but the kind of supervillain that's not involved in anything outside of his own supervillain bunker. There'd be a lot of probably planning and renovations, and definitely a lot of jumpsuits and gear, but very little actual involvement in the outside community. This drum kit that I'm using today, it's currently the only one I own. And ever since I was a kid and I first started drumming, I always wanted to own a set of Ludwigs. When I first met Tori and I went over to his house, his dad owned the set of drums, and he was using them as, he was a military drummer in the CF band, and he was using the drums as kind of an end table. You could see the original skins had coffee rings on them, because while he was playing jazz standards, he would just keep his coffee right on the floor tom. So I told him, because I just naturally assumed that they were just laying around the house doing nothing, and I said to him, if you ever want to sell these drums, let me know. And he laughed in my face, but about 20 years later, he called me up and said, if you still want to buy those drums, they're available, because he's playing in a swing band down in Mexico, and I don't know why he wanted to unload these. Maybe they're full of weevils or something you're not supposed to cross the border with, but he sold them to me. So the drums that I had my eye on ever since I was about 14 or 15 are now mine. And let me tell you, it's a real letdown.
Have you named them?
No. You only name firearms. You don't name musical instruments. Well, B.B. King is the exception. He makes his own rules. Does he still make his own rules, or is he...
My name is Torin Atkinson, and I am the lead singer for the Darkest of the Hillside Thickets. Gleam. The Darkest of the Hillside Thickets is a Lovecraftian punk rock band from the Fraser Valley in British Columbia that was founded in 1992 by myself and my role-playing buddy Warren Banks. And we dress up in crazy costumes and we sing about Cthulhu and things, other nerdy things. That's right, we played a lot of Call of Cthulhu, some
really?
superhero role-playing games, Dungeons & Dragons, that sort of thing.
Do you prefer D10 systems or D20?
Well, in about the year 2000, we co-wrote the award-winning role-playing game Spaceship Zero, which is a D10-based space opera type of a role-playing game. So, sure, I'll say D10. Today, we are recording tracks for our new album, which we're 99% sure is going to be called the Dukes of Alhazred. And we're mostly recording the drums and some other bass and guitar today. The setup in this house, which is my brother's house, my brother's lovely house, it's on a mountain in Chilliwack. We've got the drums in their own room, and then we've got the bass and guitar amps in other separate rooms, and we're kind of mostly playing in one room with chords stretching all around the entire house. And Jordan's sequestered in his own little room where he can't see or smell us. If I was a new crayon added to the crayon box, I think I would be the melted one in the back that's kind of merged. It's not just one, it's like three colors that have melted in the back. And so it kind of like, as you go, it rainbows. You can get a multi-layer effect of different shades of brown.
Sort of like a horrible twisted abomination.
It's a twisted brown rainbow. That's the color that I would be. If I had to have one person punch me in the face, does it have to be a person or it could be an animal?
Possibly an animal.
I would go with the splendid bird of paradise, because I think that would be a good story. And really, how does a bird punch? Let's find out. If the band was marooned on a desert island, we'd bicker about what the proper thing to do is. And I think Jordan would probably last the longest because he knows how to handle firearms, and he probably has one when we're stranded on the desert island. So he would probably kill all of us. But if he didn't, then I would just try to swim away. Swim far, far away.
Who of the band would you kill and eat first?
First? Oh. That's a tough one. Well, I feel... My brother's in the band. He's the bassist. I feel that's... I don't know if that's right, to eat your brother. Eating other people who are not blood related to me. I feel like I get... I don't know, some kind of... It just feels more wrong than eating someone that's not related to me. But, tip... Don't eat any of the spinal fluid or nervous tissue if you're eating another person, because then you can get kuru, which is basically mad person's disease.
Yeah.
3 blind mice. Oh, she practiced a Star Trek song.
So we are working coelacanthum.